So if you're looking for a new band, this is definitely the video for you. Let's get started. Hiker Jay here. This week I'm going to be talking about wristbands for the Fitbit Versa. Absolutely love the Fitbit Versa, and you all have watched my videos. I've done 2 of them. You can check this one up here on the right. It has done so well. So obviously I've really come to love the Versa as my everyday watch for fitness and as well for sending me my messages and smartwatch, that type of thing. But I find that the band that comes with it is an okay band, but I've broke it twice. And so I wanted to get a bunch of bands, try them out, and share my experiences with all of you on the different style of bands. Everything from a metal to a bungee elastic style, woven, silicone, whatever it may be. I've got them here and I can't wait to share them with you. If this is the first time to my channel, thanks for stopping by. If you could hit subscribe and like, that would be awesome. And as usual, the links to all the products I'm talking about are down in the description down below. And I'll name them. They're all different types. I'll just say that it's the metal type or the woven fabric or the nylon or the silicone so that you can kind of find it and then click on there and hop into Amazon. All the models I'm talking about are not made by Fitbit. They are third market ones that I just found on Amazon. So they're pretty affordable. So it's not bad to get a handful of them, as I can show you how I like to wear some when I dress up and then some when I'm out in the wilderness. So it's kind of nice to have this variety of bands. Enough on that, let's get into it. Now the bands I'm going to be talking about are all linked down below in the description, and they're classified however I call them. So certainly you have the original bands that come with the Fitbit. This is an aftermarket silicone. We've got this breathable nylon, stretchable kind, metal kind, aluminum type metal, and then this woven fabric one too. So we're going to go over each one, the strengths, the weaknesses. I've wore each one for about a week or more, so I'll be able to tell you what I think about them. Now, they all come in these simple type packages from Amazon because they're just aftermarket ones. They're not Fitbit actuals, but they do fit on. I've got the Versa Lite here and the regular Versa right here, so they're all interchangeable, should be interchangeable with the Versa 2 as well. So if you're looking for a new band, this is definitely the video for you. Let's get started. Let's get started with the actual original band. So I've broke 2 of these in my year of having the Versa. I've broke 2 of these. You can see where this one was broken right here, tore off right there. And then I had another one that tore off right at the actual hole there. And you know, Fitbit will replace these, but I just want something that's going to last a little longer. So the original is a great band. It's soft, it's comfortable, but it doesn't really wick away sweat. There's no grooves to actually get rid of sweat. You can see kind of my salt and grime that has collected underneath it. So they can get kind of grody. You know, wear mine in the shower and everything. So now I've got the actual white one. This is the Fitbit original that's on here, and it's been holding up okay, but again, it'll break. So obvious place to start for a new band is this knockoff silicone style. I really like this gray one. The one thing I do want to show you is that I'm going to come up here, make sure it focuses in, and it's got a harder plastic right here at the actual spot that it hooks into the watch, which is good because having that harder plastic is exactly like the original, which is nice because then it's not going to tear out there. And then it has the quick releases built right into it, and this one functions exactly the same as your original one. So you can check out the silicone. That's called the silicone down below. Holds up. I haven't obviously had time to wear it for like a whole year to see if it would break, but if you want to replace one of the silicone ones for a pretty affordable price, this is a good one to do it with. So all of these are silicone style, so we'll put them off to the side. What I really want to do is talk about these other unique styles that I have here, and this one's actually on my wrist. I'll talk about this one first. This is a woven fabric style, and if I can get up here and get it to focus in, you can kind of see how it's nice and fabric and woven. Really pliable, really soft. I've really turned to this one. I like it quite a bit because of how flexible and soft it is, and honestly, this kind of like black gray combo with the light Versa Light is pretty kicking. I like that color a lot and the scheme, but this is a really nice band. I'm quite happy with it, and it's the one that I've turned to using most often recently. I do use it in the shower, and it does take a little bit time to dry. I would say that it's dry by an hour or 2 after being in the shower, so if you don't like that kind of material on you that is going to have to dry, then this probably isn't the right one for you. So as you can see, it comes off, and it's reinforced right here with sort of a plastic underneath, so it holds the actual quick release in there, and so that it doesn't break off at that point. and then you can slide it back on just like any other one, and it hooks on pretty easily. That's one thing with the silicones, you really have to crank in here and push it in to make it actually work and fit in there, and that can be kind of a pain. But this one, real smooth and easy. Hitting my buttons here. Real smooth and easy, goes on really nice. You can see that there's some pull and wear right here. Where it hooks is getting a little warped and a little pulled out, and I could see that really becoming compromised after a while. I've been using this for almost 4 weeks now, so I mean that's pretty quick for that to break down, but I love this one so much, so for the price I think it's worth it, how comfortable it is. Now onto the metal style one. Now this one is really nice and it looks great as a watch. Actually, let me put it on. One thing you want to do is you want to make sure that the shorter side of this one is at the top. I kind of had to struggle with figuring out how to size this one up to fit just right, but I found out that if you put the longer on this side and then this going to the top, it'll fit a lot better around your wrist, and I'll show you that in just a minute when I actually get this all put together. Alright, so now as you can see, this one is a really nice look to it. I got it because I wanted to look a little bit nicer at work when I had to dress up, and I like it. It fits really, really well, stays on, doesn't jingle around too much, which is pretty nice. But as I said, you put the shorter end over here and the longer end over here because it folds on itself. This is kind of hard to show. It folds on itself coming back this way. So you want the longer end over here. So it took a while. They give you like a tool set and everything to be able to break this apart and put more here, take more out, and everything to make it fit just right. But it's pretty cool. If you like that feeling where you've got a heavy watch and it really feels solid on your wrist, and you know it's there, this is a great wrist. I love this wristband. It's awesome. I used this one for, man, almost 3 months. And you can see here from rubbing on desks and different things that the paint has rubbed away, but I liked it. I wore it in the shower and dries out right away, doesn't get all rusted or anything like that. So this metal style is a great option if you want kind of a more of a classier, nice watch look to it. And I still go back to this from time to time. It's pretty nice. Last one is this nylon woven style one. Now this is one that I think if you're really athletic, this is worth looking at. I love this one. It's really great. It does get wet. It's like a nylon woven that's like stretchable, so it has a little flex to it. So you can really tighten this on your wrist, and it's a pretty neat design. I like it quite a bit. But I'm like finding that I wear my watch for work and for walks, so I like to have a little nicer wristband and not have to change it out all the time. But I used this for 2 weeks. Now this one did also hold the water for about an hour or so after showering, so it takes a little bit to dry, but not a big deal if you don't really think about it and you just realize that sometimes I would like touch my wrist and be like, oh, it's still wet. But let's put this one on and I'll show you how it fits. So on this one, you're going to want to put the main end up at the top part. I always kind of remember by the Fitbit logo is actually at the bottom, if you can see it there. It's down at the bottom, so that's always the bottom, so that's where you want to hook that one. And then it's really unique. Like at first I was like, I'm not really sure. All these little packs come with like these and some extra ones, which is pretty nice. So I've got so many of these little quick release hooks now that's kind of nice. Now the weird thing is like you think it's going to go on the end, but it actually goes right here on this one. And then you fold it back, and this one's kind of a little tougher to get on because you've got the wristband in the way as you do it, but you've got to get your finger on that pull down mechanism and get it into place. Okay, as you can see, that was kind of a pain to get on, but no big deal, it's on now. So you slide your wrist through, and you can see I have to use the entire slack to do that. And then you just pull this back down, and it's nice and tight. So it's basically just these Velcro pieces that fold back on itself and connect it. This is great if you like that kind of like bungee wristband kind of feel to a watch, because it really feels like it's there. This is awesome for if you're a runner. This thing's not going anywhere. If you really want to be able to turn it and be able to see your time and do all those types of things, this is a great wristband, and it's really just will fit anybody. As you can see, I have kind of a medium wrist. I would say some guys have bigger wrists. I have it like this, and then you have maybe a lady's wrist between it. So you can still go quite a bit around here to tighten it. This one does come in quite a bit of colorways, so you can check that out in the description down below. This is the soft nylon breathable style, and it is breathable, but just know that when you shower in it or swim in it or whatever, it's going to be wet for just a little while, and since it's double backed on itself, it's even going to be wetter in this area. But I've really never noticed it get my cuff wet or anything like that, but you can tell that that is just on there and pretty sweet. Now, just to recap the styles, so down in the description you can find it. Of course, this is the metal one. Then this one is the soft nylon breathable, the stretchy style. And then the woven fabric is this one right here. And then, of course, the silicone is the knockoff standard style one that you can get from there. Now, there's a host of other types of bands that you can get out there, but these are the ones that I've kind of zeroed in on and I change around. And it's really nice to actually have a band to change for your Fitbit. Well, I hope this video was really helpful for you when it comes to picking out a band for your Versa. If it was, if you could hit like, that would be awesome. And down in the comments, why don't you put down the one that you like the most, that you want to get. And again, as I said, the links are down in the description down below. Till next time, just remember, life's a hike, so hike happy, and track that hike on a Versa Fitbit with a really cool, like, wristband too. Swatch it up.